going, guys? I know it's been a little while since I've posted anything for y'all, but I've been really busy with work trying to get this thing going. It does run. It's working out. I got a couple little bugs I got to work out, but you know, it's getting there. Really, my only issue is timing and tuning the SAFC from there. But I've kind of got a lot going on, and I don't personally really know how to use a timing light that well. I mean, I've got an idea how it works, but I don't want to fuck my timing up trying to mess around with things I'm not familiar with. So, you know, I'm used to these newer fucking cars and timing being set by the computer, having ignition coils, no distributor, you gotta time and shit like that. So I might take it over to Millennium Racing Development when I get back off this little ship trip and have them help me out with it. But basically I kind of drew up everything I've got going on with the truck now, what I'm still have left to put on it that I have, what I'm going to put on it in the future, and then kind of some things I've found with doing this turbo swap, or not, I'm sorry, not turbo swap, but turboing this stock truck block. I mean, it's not really stock anymore, but internally it is. I had it rebuilt, refreshed by Magnum Machine in Chesapeake, just Chesapeake, Virginia. They did my VQ as well, and then they've done this. They do me real well as far as turnaround time, service, pricing is fucking on par, and yeah. Fun fact, also, the Vargas brothers use them. I saw them in there when I dropped my block off. But yeah, so basically, I wrote everything on here. It's a D21 block and head, and this thing did have, well, this is mileage, I don't know if you can see that, 297,000 miles was on this before I decided to pull it out and rebuild it. Really, the reason this all started is my timing chain was fucking making mad noise, and I beat the fuck out of this thing for 30,000 miles forever, a couple years. Blew clutch out, sliding parking lots, and not on my fault. There was a stock clutch still from 95 in that bitch, so broke a spring out of it, having some fun in the parking lot, threw a new one in it, beat on it some more for miles and miles, and once it started getting a little tired, I decided it was time to do the chain, and then figured since I had the turbo, put it on there, and then that kind of snowballed into everything else, and now the motor's new. This is it's a truck block, 240 intake, lower. Basically, I got the 240 intake manifold, plenum, and everything. Still got the old one here. Yeah, if anybody's interested, I do have that still, along with the air regulator and IAC valve and everything else that goes on it. I took that off. To be honest with you, I fucked up at first. I was trying to figure out the ECCS intake, and I accidentally, on one long night, plugged a coolant hose up to the vacuum. Sucked coolant into the truck when I started it up, and it would have been okay. I didn't lock it up, but I just decided that I wanted to take it out and redo it anyway. So my mistake, my fuck up, you live, you learn. But yeah, so got a hold of a 240 whole manifold, and then sent the lower off to Xcessive. That's obviously what that big X is. Sent that off to Xcessive. Had them. Oh, whoa. All right, let's see. Let's catch up on my board here. Yeah, Xcessive upper plenum, and their thermal gasket with the butterflies deleted. That's an optional service that you can have them do. So yeah, takes out the stock butterfly system, welds up all the holes, they tap a couple extra things, and then yeah, they cut these. Actually, they needed to know what throttle body and everything else I was going to put on here so that they could actually tap it and everything properly to make sure I was good to go. So got that stock 240 throttle body. I fucked up, and when I was doing the swap, didn't realize that this is not a mass airflow sensor, throttle position sensor, but that's a closed throttle position sensor. This, the one that comes off of it here, is the actual throttle position sensor. You don't need closed throttle. when you're doing the swap, you can just fucking leave that one off, plug in your throttle position sensor, and then rewire your mass airflow sensor here. My harness is going back behind it and everything else. That's why the truck wasn't running originally. I didn't have a mass airflow sensor at all. And I'm an idiot, but I overlooked it. It is what it is. Fix that. Yeah, stock 240 throttle body. This whole intercooler kit that I made, which it's really like a tuck away. I don't know why I'm doing that. Doesn't really matter. You come trying to steal my shit, I got something for your ass. So, fuck around, find out. But I got my intercooler in here. You can barely see it. It's black, so it blends in. And I got, it comes down here underneath, and you can barely even see it when you stand back. So that was actually a Civic intercooler kit I cut up, and my buddy Mike did the aluminum welding for me. I just kind of mocked everything up where it needed to go, and he welded that. Shitty Chinese fucking intercooler piping, cheap, dirty aluminum, but it welded okay. I don't know what size turbo this is, to be completely honest. It's a 63 AR. Don't really know. The closest thing I can find equivalent to what I think this is like a 58, 60. I don't fucking know. It's 58, 60 something. It's not big, but it's not really that small either. So, yeah. I got that one as a present, and I just had it sitting around. That's kind of what started this whole thing. So, you get, I got a 52-inch oil cooler line, or oil feed line, goes all the way around the back and into the motor here, or under the motor, into the sandwich plate I have. I had a shorter one originally, but it was running up through here, over and kinking at the sandwich plate, so I didn't really like that. This one works way better, and get the 90 so you don't have to worry about it hitting your hood. Your drain kit is AN eBay kit I got. They work, but if it does want to go out, then I have a stainless steel Mishimoto line. But yeah, so stock internals, brand new rebuild, Xcessive intake, upper, butterflies removed in the plenum, universal intercooler kit cut up and custom made, and GK wires. I have, let's see, where did it go? BKR7ES plugs gapped at 030 right now. Those are a couple, I guess. So I got the BKR7ES plugs in there at 030. But I may take that gap down to 028 or 026, depending. I have stock injectors in here right now, stock 240 SX injectors, 270 cc's. But what I did was I have sent them off to Race City Injector, and they were, one of them was a little fucked up. Spray pattern was bad, so yeah, I'm glad I had that done. It was only 80 bucks. That's also another great company I'd like to recommend is Race City Injector. But yeah, so, but to back that up, obviously it needs extra fuel. I got a Blox 12-to-1 FMU. Now, this FMU here is basically a rising rate fuel pressure regulator. For every pound of boost it senses, it sends 12 additional PSI back to the fuel rail. So, theoretically, I mean, well, not theoretically, it takes the return and basically sends it right back. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool. It's really the cheap way of doing it. I have that and the SAFC, so I can control the computer and make it do what I want as well. But what I'm probably going to end up doing is just getting rid of that altogether. If anybody is interested in it, it'd be good for a cheap turbo setup. But I'm just going to put 450 injectors in there. You can get it on 240sxmotoring.com for like 250 bucks. I'm just going to go ahead and get all 4 new injectors and then control them with the SAFC. I already have the settings, kind of what I need on there, so it'll all work out. But I'll probably end up selling these fuel injectors as well as the FMU. I'll maybe keep the injectors. I haven't decided yet. But then I got a HKS super sequential blow-off valve, Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not real. I'm not gonna tell you it's real. So, it's not. But, yeah, got it. Should make some cool noises. And then I got that going to my vacuum block up here. I kind of got everything going to the vacuum block. This is not that expensive, but it's a nice touch. Helps you kind of clean everything up. You can see I've got the inlet port over here and then teed into all my vacuum lines. The only thing I have going to the plenum now is the booster over here, and then my vacuum gauge goes inside, and I'll show you those in a minute. But yeah, I painted the bay, tucked what I could, got rid of everything emissions, EGR. Oh yeah, that's another thing I did, blocked off EGR. I don't know if you can see it back there. Nah, probably can't see it, but whatever. Civic battery, because obviously size is kind of a thing here. So yeah, got a Civic battery in it. Catch can, I have the two inlets going into the catch can coming from the PCV underneath the intake, and then also the valve cover. And then this one's going over to the mass airflow sensor. So that has a source. Now that may be subject to change. I may change that around depending. I kind of want to get a little bit of, I guess a word of advice on it, because this is my first turbo setup. I'm not sure how the catch can setup needs to be. I've seen people with their PCVs just left wide open or dumping to the ground. And, I'm just trying to figure it out, man. So, got that. And then one thing I did to this also is while I was in here, well, hold on, let me stay on topic. Okay, engine. Yeah, I also have a Phase 2 Motorsports pulley kit, accessory pulley kit. I have the power steering pulley too, right here. Have that as well, but I broke my D21 power steering pump trying to put it on. I stripped the threads off, so I didn't want to risk messing the second one up. And then I also have you can see it down there, ASP crank pulley for a 240 as well. So, yeah, kind of lightened up the front end. And then I also put a Spec 240 billet flywheel in there, a Centerforce D21 clutch that match up, and they got the big mating surface 240 millimeter, like y'all would call the white bunny. Yeah, got that. 240 short shifter, and I'll show you all this shit here in a second. If you haven't seen it already in my other videos, I'll kind of just give you a quick run through of it. GKtech shifter spring kit. I got an ISR clutch line. It's actually a auto to manual clutch line, but what it does is basically it goes all the way from the master down to the slave and replaces the small line that's like this long, and you don't even have to worry about it anymore. So it's really nice, and it's a little braid line, looks pretty. I'll put a new master, a new slave in it. Got, you can see my oil pressure line here. Deleted the idle air control valve. Trying to think of anything else I missed up here. Just a silly little wastegate dump pipe. Cheap log cast iron turbo manifold. It's like 150, 160 bucks on Amazon, but it works. It's cast iron. I'm not really too worried about that breaking, and if it does, it's cheap. So it's not like I really have to worry about it that bad, but I haven't seen that many people's fail. And also I have a 6 PSI eBay wastegate on it. I am gonna upgrade that to a better one, but just for the time being, a cheap one should do the job just fine. So I know some of the shit on here is a little bit cheaper, but I wasn't trying to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars doing this. I did all of this for probably under $2,000. Granted, I did all of the work myself, but you can do this shit for not that expensive. And no, I didn't have any of this powder coated. I painted everything myself. The only things that came actually painted already were the pulleys and the crank pulley, obviously is aluminum. Just got done welding up my downpipe. So it's like 3 feet, but wrap that in a header wrap, and I do have a air fuel ratio gauge in it. Go inside. You see, I made this plate out of just some thin aluminum. got my oil pressure gauge and my boost vacuum gauge. I went to O'Reilly's and got these because the electronic ones that I got for not that expensive off eBay are they took a shit real quick. They didn't work to begin with, and I have a AEM wideband. Made sure to put the money in that one where it counts. But word of advice: just invest in these mechanical gauges. They'll work a little bit better, unless you're going to spend the money on $150 a piece gauges from AEM or something. But personally, I'm not doing that. Not yet. So I got a quick release in here. Use the same steering wheel for this truck and my G35. And then I got a SAFC over there. We'll power it on and show y'all, but I haven't turned this thing on in like a week, so I haven't really had time to fuck with it. I'll show y'all when I actually go to tune it and stuff like that, how that goes. But yeah, so this is how the 240 short shifter looks in here. You see it's pretty nice. Don't have to worry about it getting anywhere near the radio. So you got plenty of room. So it's gonna be nice. Center console out of a older Pathfinder, and then these are like 04 Pathfinder seats. But honestly, I'm probably gonna get rid of these or I got some 350Z seats I'll probably put in here. I got since it's a single cab, I had this behind the bench. It's a amp and sub 2-in-1 Rockville. Thumps pretty good. You need a little bit of bass in your shit and don't have much space. I highly recommend it. It's like $100. But yeah, that's what I'm basically going to use to control the injectors. I can turn them. I basically tricked the computer into thinking more air's coming in, so therefore adding more fuel. But you can control the injectors with that. So it's what I've wired it into the computer, and everything's ran under here. And let's see, you probably see it. Yeah, you see where I spliced it in there. So yeah. And then I have level 8 17x9 0 offset. They're called level 8 mark. Oh, fuck, man. I don't know. Just Google level 8. You'll find them. They fit real nice on here. Obviously, it's on jack stand, so I can't show you what it looks like on the ground. But if you haven't, I'm sure you've seen the pictures I have. I have it on 3-inch blocks now. Getting ready to swap those up for 4s. And then I have Beltec Performance Street shocks, the better ones, not the cheap ones. And then I still have the regular leaf packs, but I'll probably get rid of those eventually, get them on a leaf. Got this Mod Shop Inc. wing on here, the LED tail lights. I have an LED third brake light, and as well as the CJ motoring. Well, this is not the actual wing that he sends you. He just sends you the template. So this is kind of a rough one that I made, but I'll probably end up doing thicker stuff. We've got drop spindles on the front, and then I also have sway away torsion bars over here. You'll see. I'll put those on after I get the truck running and tuned up a little bit and whatnot. I've got the LED headlights, LED corners, LED turn signals. Still regular fenders, not the 4x4 fenders yet, but they will get there. So yeah, let's see if I'm missing anything. Inter suspension. Yeah, stock axle right now. I'm gonna weld that. I put all new U-joints in the drive shaft. It is a 2-piece drive shaft still, but you can get a 1-piece out of a 98 to 2000 Frontier single cab manual short bed, same exact truck as yours or as mine, but it's really hard finding that right now. So I got to put my 4-inch blocks on. I got to put my sway away bars on. I got to put my new lower control arms I have. Those will go on with the torsion bars. And then I got to actually buy some Beltec sway bars for the front and back. Let's see. I did roll my fenders. I have a fender roller. I'm going to make a tonneau cover. It's going to be a trifold made out of aluminum. I'll hopefully be able to make that soon and show y'all. I'll probably do it after I get back off this little trip. I have tent, need to tent it. I'm gonna try and, I started to try and wrap it. I was gonna show you all that, but maybe another time. Maybe if y'all want to see the wrap, let me know, and I'll show you what color I was thinking about doing. I had LED kit under it. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Fuck those things. So yeah, my wheels are 17x9, 0 offset with 205/40 17s. It is a stock D21 transmission. It's not the same as the 240 transmission. Well, should be close to the 240 transmission, but it's not the exact same. I know the 240 shifter is a little bit farther back, and therefore maybe set up a little bit differently. I was going to do 550s. I think I'm just going to do 450s. And then I might end up just doing 550s. And then putting my Z32 on there. And then getting RS Empathy. Maybe. But do that. Still get the SAFC so I can fine tune it. But and then, yeah. So, I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. Yeah, I think that's about it, guys. I tried to just kind of give y'all a little run through, answer any questions that y'all have. If y'all have any more, let me know. I am going to try and show y'all some more tricks and shit that I have up my sleeve with this thing. I've been focusing really on just trying to get it running so I can enjoy it. I've been working on this truck for over a year. I miss it. I miss driving it. It's my favorite. I have 3 vehicles, and this is my fucking favorite. So... But yeah, it'll be back up and running soon. After I get back off this trip, I'll probably get it timed and get a little bass tune on it with SAFC and check in with y'all from there. But yeah, if you guys are still here and you've been here the whole time, thank you so much for watching and following me, subscribing from whatever platform you came from. Thank you, and really appreciate it. If you guys haven't subscribed or liked the video already, do so now. I'm trying to keep this going. it's really hard. I've got TikTok's it's not necessarily taking up a lot of time, but it's definitely one that I've put a little bit more effort into. But I'm trying to switch gears into doing this and TikTok mainly. Fuck Instagram. But yeah, TikTok. My videos are popping off on TikTok. So if you haven't followed me there, let me know. Or not, don't let me know. Fuck, I'm a goddamn idiot sometimes. Follow me at Easy Builds. Yeah, and I want to see you guys soon, man. This thing's gonna be on the ground. I'm gonna be whipping shitties. So take it easy. See you soon, man.